Hi, I'm Tauni at Yoga 413. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a 45-minute Yoga Sculpt class that's going to include 2 short cardio bursts. You're going to need a set of 3 or 5 pound dumbbells for this class. Place them near the top of your mat. And if you enjoy it, please let me know by dropping me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. So get everything you need, get set up, and let's get started. So we're going to begin down on our backs with knees bent. So come on down, stack your knees over your ankles, arms are at your sides with the palms down into the mat. Begin to take a moment to connect to your breath. Long, deep inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, begin to press your hips up away from the mat for a gentle bridge. And then as you exhale, drop the hips back to the mat. Again, inhale, pressing the hips up. Exhale, coming down. Let's add some arms. So as you press your hips up, take your arms up over your head, palms face the sky. And then as you exhale, everything returns to that starting position. At your own pace, just moving with the breath, starting to awaken the body. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale down. So as we begin to move and flow with the breath, take a moment to check in with your body. Being mindful of any areas that might need a little extra care today. Never pushing beyond our limits. Last one. Let's keep that low back connected to the mat, knees bent. Interlace the hands behind the head. Take that breath in, and as you exhale, give me a gentle crunch. Just lift the chest up, shoulders off the mat, and come down. This time as you lift, look over to the right and back. Lift right up to center, and exhale down. Now lift and go over to the left, just lifting that shoulder a little higher than the other. Back to center. So move at a pace that works for you. Over to the side. Back to the center. And over to that left. One more time to the center. Hold in that lifted position without holding your breath. Extend the arms up by the knees. Reach, lift those shoulders. Careful not to hold your breath. Just building a little bit of heat in that midsection. Keep breathing, keep holding. And release. Hug the knees into the chest. Let's start to circle those ankles a few times in each direction. Just switch that direction when you're ready. Now start to rock and roll, and we're going to come all the way up onto all fours. Take the knees wide, send the hips back for extended child's pose. So as you reach your arms forward, try to press into the hands and feel a stretch all down the arms, the shoulders, and even into the back. Start to rise up, tuck those toes underneath. Let's come into our first down dog and begin to alternate bending those knees, pedaling out your feet. Take a moment to find your foundation. In the hands, fingers are spread slightly wide, and weight is into the fingers. Find your pose. Feet hip distance apart, hips lifting up. Arms are strong. Begin to walk your hands backwards to your feet. And we're going to roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up over the head. Take a stretch by taking that right hand down and extend over towards that right side. Reach both arms back up. Exhale over. Lifting both arms back up. Let's swan dive down to our fold, softening those knees as needed. Pause here. Gently turn the head side to side, forward and back. Release any tension there from the neck and the shoulders. Lengthen the spine for your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk it back out to a plank, bringing your shoulders over your wrist. Let's drop the knees to the mat and lower all the way down. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, lift into a cobra pose with soft elbows. Let's release. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Look forward and step to the top of your mat this time. Half lift, so hands can come to shins, just flatten your back. Exhale to your forward fold. As you inhale, rise up with a strong straight back this time, bringing the hands to the heart center. We're going to flow through Surya Namaskar A for our warm up. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, lengthen, and fold. Step back to plank pose. So remember, you can drop the knees if needed. If you're going to keep them up, shift forward, come halfway into chaturanga. Remember, knees can come down. Flip the feet over for up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. So always remember to choose the options that work for you. If up dog doesn't work, then just do cobra pose, keeping the hips down on the mat. Let's step the feet forward, lengthen that spine, and fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain pose, bringing the hands to the heart center. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, swan dive, fold forward. Half lift, lengthen, and fold. Stepping back to plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, elbows in. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Take a few breaths here. On that next inhale, look forward, step or float to the top of your mat, and fold. Inhale, rise up, hands to heart center. Let's do that one more time through reaching up. So building heat in the body. Half lift, exhale and fold. Stepping back to plank. Shift forward, low push-up or chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. So hopefully feeling a little warmer. Go ahead, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Lengthen that spine and fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to the heart center. We're going to balance. So we're going to introduce some balance. So just bend your knees. Start to pop that left heel up and notice the shift to your right leg. Strong. Now lift that left leg up as high as you can. We're moving into eagle pose. Wrapping it around. Drawing those inner thighs towards each other or keeping that kickstand. And then bringing that left arm underneath the right, back of the hands or palms together. Find your balance, take your time. Just one more breath. Good, release from the pose, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank pose. You're gonna hold in a plank. Now drop to your forearms. We're going to come into a forearm plank. Be sure shoulders are over elbows. Gently drop the right hip. Lift it back to center. And now to the left and center. Right, center, left, center. You do not have to maintain my pace. Remember, this is your class, your practice. Keep that back straight. If you start to feel fatigue, remember you can always drop the knees to the mat. Let's do 2 more. Press back up onto the hands and back into down dog. Nice deep breath in and out. Look forward, step to the top of your mat, lengthen and fold. Inhale up, hands to the heart center. Let's do it again, balancing on the left foot. So soften both knees, pop that right heel, keeping that back nice and straight. See if you can lift that right leg up as high as you can, wrap it around. And then from goalpost, right arm underneath left, and hold your pose. Good, just one more breath. And release, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank pose. We have one more set here, so drop to the forearms. Keep that nice straight body line, and then just start to rotate the hips side to side. Now you might choose even just to hold a forearm plank and take out the movement. That's great. We're just working here on really awakening that core, that midsection. Really trying to build some heat before we pick up those weights. Good. Almost there. 2 more. Press it up. Down dog. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel pretty warm. So let's step to the top of your mat. This time, bend your knees, drop into chair pose, reach those arms up over your head. And then bring it back to heart. Namaste. All right, so we're gonna flow through a little bit different version of Surya Namaskar B. We're gonna be picking up some weights here in a minute. So drop your hips, sit back into chair pose. Exhale and fold. Lengthen that spine to your half lift. Plant your hands, step or float back to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Sweep that right leg up. And then draw that knee through the chest, stepping that foot between your hands. Carefully pick up your weights, press them all the way up for warrior lunge. Take a moment here, shoulders right over your hips, knee over ankle. Back leg strong. Bring it down, step back, down dog. We're gonna try that on the other side, so lifting that left leg up. Step forward, pick up the weights, keep them close to the body as you press up into your warrior lunge. Find that pose, get used to the weight. Bring it down, step back to down dog. Looking forward, step or float to the top of your mat. Drop the hips into chair pose. Hands to heart center, standing up. Sit back into chair pose, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Step or float to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Pick up those weights, press them up over your head. Bring them all the way back down, adding in the half series this time. Through chaturanga, up dog and down dog. So remember, you could always choose to just go to down dog. Left leg up, step forward, pick up those weights and press. Bring them down, step back, vinyasa flow. Let's pause for a moment here in down dog. You could always take a child's pose if you needed to. Begin to step to the top of your mat. This time, bend your knees, pick up those weights. Stand it up carefully. So now we're going to do that eagle pose with just the legs, adding the weight. So softly bend those knees, pop the left heel, find balance, lift that leg up and around to eagle legs. Elbows are in at 90 degrees, lateral raise. Start to lift and lower. So how this class is going to work is I'm going to show you the pose, the series, and then we'll add weights the second time through. So you get the opportunity to practice your pose. Make sure you have that alignment. Good, keep going with those arms. And if you have a lighter set, I'm holding 5 pounds. If you have lighter, just be mindful not to lose control of those weights. Always move in a controlled fashion, and you might even be going along, and you might be going faster than me. 2 more. Bring the weights to the chest, feet and knees together, bend into chair pose. Just adjusting that body, maybe notice the difference between the right and the left. Stand it up, soften those knees. Pop that right heel, lift it up high into eagle position. Elbows here at the waist, another set of lateral raises. Lift, working into the shoulders. That standing leg, slightly bent. Your weight is throughout that whole foot. That back is nice and straight. Just keep moving. You're doing a great job. Keep moving those arms in a controlled manner. Keep going. This first set is always the longest. Good. Here we go. Last 4. Last 3. 2. And 1, untwist, weights to chest, bend those knees. Just a little chair pose here. Forward fold. Place those weights on the mat, step back to down dog. So we're going to sweep our right leg up for one leg dog. Step that foot forward. You do not need your weights. Let's just learn the flow. Come up into warrior lunge. Come forward to a diagonal. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Rise all the way up, open to warrior 2. So glance down, be sure knee is not collapsing in, it's open. Find that beautiful warrior 2. From here, you're going to lean forward, bend that elbow, come into a supported angle pose. So really maintaining that alignment over that forward leg. Begin to straighten that leg. We're going to move into triangle pose. Begin to rise up. Turn your toes to the corners of the mat. Bend the knees. Sun pose. Good. Rise up. Pivot to the front of the mat. Step back to plank. Let's flow through a half series. Or you're always welcome to go to down dog. Trying that on the other side. Left leg lifts. Step forward. Crescent lunge. This is just your time to find that foundation in the legs. Then you'll come forward to this diagonal and pause. Eyes are on the floor, slightly out in front of you. Lift up to warrior 2. Lean forward, angle pose. Keep lengthening out of both waist. Straighten that leg, triangle pose. Lifting up, toes to the corners, bend those knees. Arms extend, sun. Lifting up, pivoting to the top of your mat, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Upward and downward. So now let's add some weights to that. Lift that right leg. Step the foot forward, pick up those weights. Carefully press them all the way up. Bring them into your sides, lean forward. We're going to do some rows. So take those arms down, pull the elbows up and back. Good. Squeeze the muscles in the back like you're trying to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. Keep those legs strong. You're doing great. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Weights to chest, lift up, back heel down, warrior 2. We're going to bring those arms down. You're going to start to give me hammer curls. So today we're going to keep those legs stationary. Just focusing here on the arms. But if you can take a little bit more, you can challenge your legs by going a little bit closer to the floor, just dropping into them a little bit more. Find what works for you. And if you ever need a break, just straighten that leg and go back. Keep those arms moving. Last 2. Last 1. So from here, lean it over into that supported angle pose. Take that top arm straight up. The palm is away from you. Start to bend that elbow and press. Bend and press. Careful with that weight. So we're doing a tricep extension. Keep going. Try to really straighten, squeeze those muscles at the top. Couple more. Good. So let's transition. Bring that weight down. Straighten that forward leg. I got a little wide there. Set up for triangle. Put both weights in the bottom hand. Those palms are going to still face away from you. I want you to come over that extended right leg, come up, and curl. So I've doubled up your weight. You can do it. We're not going to do very many. Obliques here. Really squeeze into this waistline. When you come up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're already halfway there. Come down and lift. Controlled movement. Good, just 2 more. Last one. Awesome job. So sun pose comes next. So toes to the corners of the mat. Bend those knees. Arms are going to be right here. As you straighten the legs, come up into an upright row and bend back down. Up and down. You determine your pace. Don't have to be with me. Those elbows lead the way. And those weights really only need to come up to about the chest. You don't need to bring them all the way up to the chin. Now work your way into sun, hold here. Lift those elbows up. Little pulses here for 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Pivot to the front. Step back to plank. You do not need your weights. Drop the knees. I need to wipe the sweat. Take a child's pose, get a drink. So I told you at the beginning, 2 cardio bursts. Here comes 1. So move into that plank pose. So just like in the warm-up, begin to walk backwards. Rise up, 8 squats. 8, 7, 6. I'm pushing your tempo here. Hinge over, walk it out to that plank. Knees to elbows, pull, pull, pull. Alternate it, pull, pull. 2 more, 1 more, walk back. Squats, down and up, let's go. So I did not add any jumping today. We're increasing our heart rate, burning some fat, using our speed. Come over, and knees, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You could double time this if you wanted. Walk back. Last set, here we go. Down and up, woo. 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, over. Last set here, pull those knees in, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Child's pose, rest. So remember, guys, you never ever have to stay with me. This is your workout. Just do your best. Some of you could have gone faster than me, which is awesome. You do you. Take a couple more breaths, and then we'll move on to the other side. So when you're ready, we're going to move into down dog. If you need more time, just hit that pause button. If not, down dog. Lift that left leg. Step it forward. Pick up those weights. Crescent lunge. Bring it down, hip hinge forward. Extend the arms down, start to pull them up. 2, strong. Back muscles engaged. Good, give me 2 more. 2, 1. Bring it up, transition to that warrior 2. Find those legs, hammer curl, not changing it. Can you sink into those legs? Keep moving, 8 more to go. If you need to straighten that leg, take it. If not, we extend, lengthen out of your waist. Come on down, arms up, palm is away from you. Bring that weight down to your forehead, press up, down and up. Controlled movement. I know this can be a little challenging. You're doing amazing. Go at your own pace. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, set up for triangle legs. Weights in the bottom hand, palm is up. So you slide down that leg, squeeze, come up, double arm curl. Down, double weighted curl. Slow, controlled. Lean and up. Halfway already. Two and 1. Good. Adjust your feet into that sun pose. I'm just going to turn to face you. You don't need to move. Here we go. Upright row. Here we go with that sun pose. And upright row combination. Down and up. Down and up. Good. Control that weight. 4, 3, 2, hold those sun legs, bring it on down. Lift up, pulse those arms, pull them up and back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. Pivot to the top. Put those weights down. Move into your plank. This one's going to be a little bit different. So this time, I want you to walk the feet out and in, right and left, then left and right. Just keep moving. Last one. Walk back, come up, forward lunge for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Here is your option. You can either walk out, and in, or give me those floor jacks. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk back, come up, 4 lunges. 4, 'Already on our last set, walk it out. Out and in or floor jacks, you pick it 8 times. Walk back. Go ahead, let's do one more set here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Take the knees down. Child's pose, rest. Wipe your sweat. It's always warm in the studios in the morning. At least during the summer months. Reconnect to your breath. We're going to start to slow it down a little bit. So from that child's pose, go ahead, come up onto all 4s. So shoulders right over the wrist. Extend your right arm and left leg. So point that toe, extend through the fingertips. Now lightly bring it down and touch the mat. Lift up. Now bring your elbow in to touch that knee, squeeze, and extend. So it's tap, lift, pull in. So we're just going to do a little bit more core work before we start to stretch it out. And starting to slow that heart rate. Slow our movements a bit. Let's do 2 more on this side. Last one. Good, and release. Let's switch sides. So still in that tabletop. Left arm, right leg. Find your balance. Tap the floor with the fingertips and the toes. Lift. Bring that knee across to touch the elbow. Tap, lift, pull in, extend. Tap, lift, pull, and extend. Keep going. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Flip it over. Let's have a seat. All right, let's start to stretch it out. You guys have worked super hard. Let's go ahead and stretch it out by taking the right leg out straight, left foot to that inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall, reach it up, extend over that leg. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to release. Let's go ahead and walk it in. Lift that knee up, sit it up nice and tall. can either wrap that arm around or hook that elbow. Turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Let's come back to the center and switch sides. Left leg extends, right foot to that inner thigh. Reach it up, extend over. Walk it back, lift that knee, foot to the floor, sit up tall, come into your twist. Let's come out of it. So for our hip stretch today, I'm going to turn and face you. We're going to do double pigeon pose. So we're going to start with the right foot on bottom, right leg on bottom, and you want to flex that foot. You want to line it up to the edge of your mat. Flex the other foot and see if you can stack ankles and knees. It's fine if you're clear up here. Doesn't matter what you look like. I just want you to really feel that stretch in that top hip. So if you look down, you're looking for a triangle. Your shins are the bottom of that triangle. And if this is easy for you, then go ahead and lean forward. This one is pretty intense for me. So this is pretty good, and this is where I'm going to stay today. Take that extra long exhale. Try to release and let all those muscles go. You've worked hard today. Let's get the benefits of a deep stretch. All right, let's come up and switch. So the left leg will be on the bottom. Flexing both feet, stacking ankles and knees. Looking for some version of a triangle, even if it's up here. And even one alternative I guess I could give you would be also you could extend that bottom leg out and guide that knee down if that's better for you. I just really want you to feel that stretch in the hip. Once you find that, try to find some stillness. And lift up. Now we're going to roll it down onto our backs. Hug those knees into the chest. Little massage here for your back. And we're going to go into happy baby pose. So lifting those ankles over the knees, grabbing onto the big toes, thumbs on top, and gently pull down. Good, bring those knees in and extend the legs out. Take a big stretch, reach your arms over the head, point those toes. Then pull that right knee in to the chest. Use your upper body to really pull it down and even slightly to the outside, like near the pit of the arm. Keep lengthening through that left leg. Good, extend it out, other side. So just take that breath, Lengthen, then pull that left knee in and down. Let's extend, take a stretch. Pull that right knee in, and this time we're going to go into a spine twist with the option to bend that bottom leg, reach back, right hand to left foot, adding a quad stretch. This is just an option. You can always just stay in your regular twist and try to keep those shoulders down on the mat. Release, roll to your back, lengthen it out. Left knee pulls in, into your spine twist with that optional quad stretch. Let's come back onto our backs with both knees bent. Take those feet to the edges of your mat. Arms come into goalpost. Gently drop side to side. Final release here for the back. Just a really gentle movement. Let's do one more time on each side. Let's take our hands to our midsection, the bottoms of the feet together, dropping the knees wide for reclining butterfly. Gently close your eyes. Soften the breath. Pausing here to check in with our body. Then extending the legs, arms to the sides. We're going to spend a few moments in our final resting pose of Shavasana, just letting it all go. Releasing those muscles, quieting and calming your mind. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Take a deep breath in and begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. And gently soften those knees, roll to that right side. Pausing to acknowledge gratitude for our bodies, our time on the mat, and whatever else it is that you're grateful for today, just acknowledge that. Then help yourself up to have a seat. You did amazing. I, again, really appreciate you joining me. Let's reach those arms up, bringing the hands to the heart center, and from my heart to yours, Namaste. Have a blessed day, and hopefully you'll join me for another class soon.